Hello, I'm Keisha Kirby, and today we're going to talk about all about the developers. And I also placed on the screen the two ways that they can use this as a test question as well, with using the technical way of saying developers, which is hydrogen peroxide, with using the numbers. Hydrogen peroxide, which is also known as developers. On the picture, you can see them when they come in from a 10 developer all the way up to a 4 developer, or volume, 10 volume to 40 volume. Developers can also be called, or also called, oxidizing agent or catalyst. Oxidizing agent or catalyst. And it referred to it as a catalyst because it can help catapult, it helps speed up or create the reaction. Also, when you're talking about oxidizing agent, that is mixed with an oxidizing color or oxidation color. Remember, our two colors that are considered oxidative or oxidation color is our permanent color and our demi-permanent color. They're necessary because the oxygen has to be developed, the color molecules, and create the change in the natural hair color. In other words, it can penetrate the cuticle and go straight to the cortex and work the cortex and change the natural hair color permanently, or until you apply another color on top. Volume measures the concentration and the strength of the hydrogen peroxide. Volume measures the concentration and the strength of the hydrogen peroxide. Lower volume, less lift. Higher the volume, the greater the lift. It also have a pH between 2.5 to a 4.5. Again, you can go from a 10 volume all the way to a 40 volume. And a developer is also called an oxidizing agent or a catalyst. Develops and the alkalining agent. All permanent hair color products and lighteners contain both a developer or oxidizing agent and an alkalining ingredient. Developer, an oxidizing agent or catalyst, as we learned, and it is an alkalining agent. The role in the alkalining agent is ammonia and ammonium substitute are the following. It can raise the cuticle of the hair and it'll penetrate into the cortex. It can increase the penetration of the dye within the hair. It triggers the lightening action of the peroxide. When you look at that, both pictures, you can see where the cuticle is raised and when the cuticle is opened. And it's dramatically raised and open when you look at how the scales are. Developers come in a form of clear or cream, and is also referred to as peroxide or developer, or even hydrogen peroxide. Whether if you use the clear volume or the cream developer, or the clear developer or the cream volume, either way, you will get the same results. Some people just prefer clear over the cream. When you mix both agents together, they will create a creamy consistency. Hydrogen peroxide, volume, and its uses. You must store them in a cool, dark, and dry place. Cool, dark, and dry place. Hydrogen peroxide can look like H2O. But remember, you have to add the 2 to know that it is talking about hydrogen peroxide, which is the most common used developer in hair color. Hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, is the most common developer used. I'm going to pause for a minute and give you the opportunity, or you can pause the video. This is the last frame so that you can look at the 10 volume, and what it does, all the way through the 40 volume. Your 10 volume, and I'll go through them real quick. Your 10 volume is a developer that gives you the least or the less lift that is desired, and it enhances the client's natural hair color. Also remember, your 10 volume developers are also used in your demi colors because they use a lower developer or the least amount of the developer. That could be 10 volume or less. Your 20 volume is your standard volume that will give you up to 2 levels of lift, used to achieve most results with a permanent hair color and used for complete gray coverage. Again, 20 volume is best or used for gray coverage because we also keep in mind gray hair is typically best results is 20 volume because you're going to use a permanent hair color. 30 volume is used for additional lift. It gives you up to 3 levels with the permanent hair color. 40 volume will give you up to 4 levels. It is a standard hair color, used within the most high lift colors and provide the maximum lift and a one-step service. You also get a lot of people using this when they're going for the bleach. But remember, powder bleach, if you watched any of my previous videos, told you that powder bleach is not used on the scalp. It is an off the scalp. That is good for your balayages and your highlights when you're painting, especially if you're not going to the scalp. Again, I'm just pausing to give you the opportunity to be able to look over the video, look over the chart. This concludes all about developers, H2O2, not to get mixed up with H2O, which is water, which is our universal solvent. And again, I am Keisha Kirby, and I'll see you at my next video.